ذلك مثلهم في التوراة ومثلهم في الإنجيل كزرع أخرج شطأه فآزره فاستوى على سوقه.
Our today's topic is about educational lessons from the school of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. When we people hear the name of Imam Hussain, we immediately think of sacrifice, Karbala, resistance against oppression. While these are indeed central aspects of his legacy, the school of Imam Hussain is also a profound educational model for raising children and adolescents. Imam Hussain did not merely teach through words, he educated through example, being role model, relationships, compassion, responsibility, and moral courage. His educational philosophy is remarkably relevant to modern parenting and schooling because it develops the whole child intellectually, emotionally, spiritually, socially, and morally. Today, we will explore the theoretical foundations of Hussaini education as a first part. The second part is practical strategies for parents. The third is practical strategies for schools. And the fourth, applications for children and teenagers. Part 1. Theoretical foundations of Hussaini education. The first principle is education begins with human dignity. Imam Hussain viewed every human being as honored by Allah. In Quran states, indeed we have honored the children of Adam. Children are not empty containers waiting to be filled. They are honored individuals with God-given potentials. Parents and teachers should respect children's opinions. They need to listen to them actively. They need to avoid humiliation. Encourage self-worth in any child. And another practical example that we can say is, instead of saying that you cannot do something or you didn't do it well or you are useless, parents or even teachers can say you need to improve at some points, but you're capable of doing it in a best way. Your behavior is incorrect, but you are capable of doing the best. This preserves dignity while correcting the students or even the children's mistake. The second part after the human dignity is character before achievement. In modern educational systems, we often give priority to grades, to competition, to credentials. But in School of Imam Hussain, what matters the most is integrity, honesty, courage, selflessness, sacrifice, responsibility, compassion, helping the others before any academic success. One really important point that we can consider is a child receiving excellent grades but lacking honesty is not fully educated. Parents and schools should evaluate truthfulness, honesty, courage, kindness, compassion, the ability to help others, respect, self-control, how you are able to control yourself. And they need to know that they matter the most, as seriously as academic performance. The third part is education through example or being role model. One of the strongest principles in Islamic education is modeling, a great role model. Children imitate before they obey. If parents demand honesty but they tell a lie, children learn dishonesty. If teachers teach respect but they speak disrespectfully, students learn disrespect. Imam Hussain taught through action before speech. Adults must become what they wish children to become. The fourth point is purpose-oriented education. Imam Hussein's life teaches that life has meaning and purpose. Children need to answer such questions. Why should I study? Why should I help others? Why should I be honest? Without purpose, education becomes mechanical. Try to connect learning to helping the others, giving service, faith, and personal growth. Now, the first part of the foundations of Hussaini education has been finished. Parenting according to the school of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Principle 1. Build emotional security. As you know, children flourish when they feel loved. Prophet Muhammad and his family openly expressed affection to the children. There are some practical actions that you can take, like daily hugs, like positive words, like one-to-one conversations or face-to-face conversations, listening without judgment. And researchers show that emotional security improves learning and behavior. Principle 2. Teach responsibility gradually. Imam Hussain prepared young people for meaningful responsibility. Even youth in Karbala demonstrated remarkable maturity. There are some practical actions here. Between ages 6 to 10, you can ask your children to organize personal belongings. They can help set the table, make their bed, and the issues like this. Imam Hussain prepared young people for meaningful responsibility. Even youth in Karbala demonstrated remarkable maturity. There are some practical actions that you can take, like between the ages 6 to 10, try to ask your children to organize personal belongings. They can help set the table. They can make their bed. And between the ages 11 to 14, they can manage homework schedules. They can participate in family decisions. Responsibility should grow with age. Principle 3. Encourage moral courage. Children today face peer pressure, social media pressure, bullying. Imam Hussain teaches every one of us to stand for truth and a right path, even when we face difficulties. There are some family activities that we can do all together. Discuss questions such as, what would you do if classmates cheat? What if friends mock another student? Use real-life scenarios to build ethical reasoning. Try to discuss the ways that they can deal with their problems. Principle 4. Develop reflection. Modern children consume information constantly, but they reflect very little. There are some daily practices that they can do. Ask your children, what did you learn today? What good deed did you perform? What challenges did you overcome? Reflection transforms experience into wisdom. Part 3. Applying the Hussaini model at schools. Principle 1. Create a culture of respect. Every student should feel valued. Schools should replace fear-based discipline with dignity-based discipline. Instead of public talk, you can use private correction. You can have one-to-one conversation. You can have problem-solving discussions. Students learn respect by experiencing respect. Principle 2. Integrate character education across subjects. Character should not be limited to religious studies. As an example, in mathematics, teach honesty and accuracy. Literature, discuss empathy and justice. Science, discuss responsibility and ethics. In history, analyze moral choices of leaders. Every lesson can contribute to character development. Principle 3. Promote helping the others, or a kind of service learning. The spirit of Imam Hussain is helping the others, helping humanity. Schools can organize charity projects, environmental activities, community service, helping younger students or low achievers or the weaker ones. Students learn compassion through action. Principle 4. Encourage critical thinking. Imam Hussain alayhi salam did not encourage blind imitation. He encouraged awareness and understanding. There are some classroom practices that you can do with your kids, children, teenagers, or your students. Having open discussions related to different issues and topics, problem-solving activities, ethical debates, inquiry-based learning. Students should learn how to think, not merely what to think. Part 4. Applying the model for teenagers. Teenagers seek identity, independence, and meaning. The School of Imam Hussain addresses all three. Give teenagers identity. Help them understand their values. Try to let them experience independence. Allow responsibility of decision making between two options or more. Meaning, try to connect them to the larger areas. Like if they live in a family, you can say that you are part of a neighborhood, you're part of a society, city, country, and more. There are some examples. Community service, leadership projects, and youth mentoring the others, social responsibility are the activities that you can help or provide your students with. Teenagers thrive when they are trusted and guided continuously. Part 5. Challenges of modern education. Today's children face excessive screen time. As you know, they spend most of the time as just like play online or with computer games. Or another problem that they face is materialism, anxiety, social isolation, identity confusion. And in Imam Hussain model of life, there are some solutions offered for such challenges. For self-centeredness, you can have helping the others. For materialism, you can remind them of spiritual values in life. For the problem of fear, you can teach them how to be brave and courageous. For the isolation, you can teach them how or train them how to work in society. Part 5. Challenges of modern education. Today's children face excessive screen time, if you have paid attention to, materialism, anxiety, social isolation, identity confusion. In Imam Hussein's model of life, we offer some solutions for such challenges. The response is, for self-centeredness, you can help them to work as a team, cooperatively. For the materialism, you can introduce some spiritual values in their life. For fear, they need to learn how to be courageous or brave. For the isolation, they need to work in society as a team. For the confusion, you can teach them how to have purpose in life. As a conclusion, the School of Imam Hussain is not merely a historical memory. It's a living educational framework. It teaches us that successful education is not measured only by grades, degrees, or careers. True success is raising young people who are faithful without extremism, confident without arrogance, compassionate without weakness, courageous without aggression, and knowledgeable without losing their values. If parents nurture love and responsibility at home, and schools cultivate dignity, character, and purpose, we can raise a generation inspired by the principles embodied by Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Let us remember The greatest legacy we leave behind is not wealth, but righteous and educated children who carry truth, justice, compassion, selflessness, and helping the others in the future. Thank you, and may Allah guide us all in educating our children according to the noble values exemplified by Imam Hussain alayhi salam.
السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. When Imam Hussain alayhi salam called for Ali al-Asghar alayhi salam, his young baby, he removed his own armor. He removed his own armor first, and he put the cloak of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So, it was extremely hot outside. Because of the extreme heat, he covered the infant beneath his abba. So when he went to the battlefield, people thought that he has brought the Holy Quran so that he can ask the people, the army, through the Holy Quran in order to give some water. But to their astonishment, when he removed the abba off, they saw a young and small baby on the hands of Imam Hussain. Yes, dear listeners, Ali al-Asghar was crying because of the intense thirst he was bearing. And then Imam called the army. Oh army, if you don't want to give me water, that's okay. But what has this baby done that you are not giving water to him? When he was speaking, and of course he was speaking, that is when an arrow, a three-pronged arrow, struck the neck of the baby Ali Asghar. Imam was astonished. He sees that his baby is in his hands, desperate to get his father. Imam hugs his baby. Imam hugs Ali so that he can calm him down. But that was too late. Ali lost his life in the hands and arms of his father. And the pain doesn't end over here. Imam carries Ali's body and he hides it the way he hid him before. But there's a difference. Before, Ali was breathing, but now Ali is not breathing anymore. He goes back to the tents. When he goes back, he thinks, what should I answer Ali's mother? What should I answer Rabah? It was then he thought of going back to the battlefield. Again, a thought struck his mind. No, his mother is desperately waiting. And that is why Imam goes to and fro towards the tent and to the battlefield. It was this pain that Imam Hussain alayhi salam will complain to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of judgment. Imam goes to the door of Rubab, and then when she asks, did my baby have water? That is when Imam takes off his abba from Ali's body. To her astonishment, she calls only one thing. Amisluka yunhar waladi? A baby like you is going to be slaughtered like animals, like camels? Oh my dear son. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah give a lot of patience upon the musibah of Ahlul Bayt, upon the musibah of Ali Asghar alayhi salam, to Imam Zamana Ajallahu ta'ala Farajul Sharif. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq to work endlessly for him so that his reappearance happens very quickly and easily. Inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq to follow upon the path of the Holy Quran and Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam until our last breath. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.